That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Brian's live already up to this most badass TV broadcast from all over the I'm talking to this shop boy. I'm here with the one and only Mr. Matt. Now recording Matt. How are you?
Pretty good.
I'm having a shitty day.
I heard.
There will be no after show. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to be here. I just found out the recording got completely screwed up for Lolcow, and it's my fault. And I'm miserable about it. It's always fucking something, but you know, I've managed to avoid it being my fault. But I don't even know what they're gonna do with it. I don't even want to find out. This put me in a perfectly irritable mood. So I decided to do probably the worst content that I do. Another where I review a video and I actually like it. And it feels like stealing, and it probably is. But this video, I'll have you know, is almost 2 years old, and I highly recommend that you check out the person. If I can even say the name. I have a chest cold too. I hate that. Hirokomo Morori Media. Sounds Japanese. And we're going to watch this video together. It's spectacular. It's about somebody in the retro gaming community that I've been following right up until the time, well, I figured out why I stopped seeing content, and I'll be giving away the video if that's it. So this guy makes this tremendous video on a YouTube channel named Last Gamer. There's always been a lot of mystery around Last Gamer for me well, particularly that he wasn't, you got back from the dispensary, sit down and buckle up. He got back from this dispensary. Oh, excuse me. Oh, fuck. That's the lolcow thing going berserk. That's the last thing I need to hear. Everyone's probably all like, I don't know. Exporting an example. Tommy sounded normal on Discord, everybody's saying. Ugh. I'm just turning my fucking phone off, man. Fuck this shit. Not in a good mood. All right. I never understood why he wasn't really too connected to. He seemed to be kind of like Tipster never reported on him when he was doing retro games, and he didn't seem to be connected to any of the other retro game guys. And it's weird because there's something very, very special about him. Mm-hmm. Autism. Well, you'll see that. I don't know if he hasn't been diagnosed.
A gaming review channel has autism? No.
But the retro guys don't seem to be as autistic. The guys that chase the records, they're autistic as hell. The Twin Galaxy guys, but these guys don't see it. This guy, there is an obsession thing here going on, and like he turned it into something quite interesting. In 2017 he built the quite possibly, I would even say, it was the biggest gaming collection on the planet from 2015 to 17, the biggest. And other people have surpassed him since, but nobody made it look as cool as this guy. In fact, it looked like a museum. But there's just so much around this shit. So I hope we can enjoy this video with this guy here, and definitely give him a sub too. He only got 7K views on this, so it's a little bit of a deep cut. And this guy's a really, really good, talented YouTuber. This Hiroko Media, super talented guy. I don't know. I think he's a retro guy, but I think he made sort of a light sort of drama / commentary video. And he does it really well. He he makes fun of the guy without like doing what we do, just like really going in for the kill. You know what I mean? He does a really good job. There's a lot to learn from this. Like if you want to take tips from guys like Willie that can kind of make fun of you and make everybody feel good about it. I don't have this particular talent because I'm a prick. This guy seems to get all the high marks, but he's not like me and Diorio. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So this is the video called "The Most Interesting Gamer." I really hope you give this guy a hit or at least a sub because we're going to take a view away from him. And yeah, this is great stuff. So buckle up. And I don't like doing these videos because this guy said it all. But like I said, we're having a tough day. This isn't fair use. And why not review a good video instead of taking apart a bad video? It's like everybody says I'm always negative. I'm going to be nothing but positive about how good this video is. So take it away. Hiriko.
Hey everyone, this is Hakiko.
Hakiko. I knew I had it wrong.
Oh, what? This guy's name's okay.
Hakiko. All right. Well, I'm stealing his content and he's stealing.
Wait, his name Hakiko Mori?
Hakiko Media. Why?
Hakiko Mori Media. That Hakiko Mori means like someone who stays inside all the time in Japan, who never leaves their room.
Oh, okay. So he's probably not Japanese. All right. We might have a little Tim Pool going on here. I guess not. You know. Yeah. Okay. All right. He's made a fantastic video, and I don't think there's one bad thing about it. So here we go.
I want to bring to you one of the most fascinating gamers on YouTube that makes other retro video game collectors angry by the very sight of his wonderful and objectively large collection. I'm talking, of course, about Joel Hopkins, the Last Gamer.
Once upon a time, there was an 8-year-old boy who loved video games so much he wanted to play them all. Then, at the age of 12, he told his mother he wanted to collect them all. That was 32 years ago. Hi.
I have them all now. This is weapons grade autism. But, I mean, you gotta admit, the game room's awesome, you know?
My name is Joel, and welcome to my games room.
This is Joel Hopkins, known as The Last Gamer here on YouTube. I think many of us were first introduced to him back in 2017 when he gave a room tour showing off his massive video game collection. At the time, this collection was comprised of over 20,000 video games, arcade systems, and consoles, which earned him the world's largest video game collection from the years 2015 to around 2019. It's been estimated that his collection has now grown to over 40,000 video games.
Full library of Japanese Mega Drive games. Master System, Mark III, SG-1000, Game Gear, Dreamcast, and my full set of Saturn games.
Full set! I don't know. I never really been into collecting physical hardware. Although with all these stores closing, I'm thinking I'm going to get into physical hardware. Oh, God.
Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and my beloved NES full set. An exhausting 20 years to get a full set of PS1 Japanese games, and I've just started on PS1 US games. Xbox Original Japanese, full set of Xbox games, and Xbox 360, one of my favorite all-time consoles.
Joel's collection is probably the first thing people notice about the guy. I myself thought
the first thing I noticed was that gaze into outer space he seems to have.
Guy was some sort of rich millionaire lunatic who had completely lost his mind by trying to preserve,
which is exactly what I thought. Apparently that's not true,
his childhood so he could live in this nostalgic utopia.
So this is it, my lifelong dream to have my own childhood arcade flashback, and I absolutely
no wonder you
love
like
it.
this
It
guy,
turned
Tommy.
out
This is
much
you.
No, I would never do this.
This is literally...
Wait till you hear about what happens.
better than I first thought.
I would have jumped off I would have let myself be eaten by a crocodile if fucking some of the things had kept going on, especially with something like this.
There's about 97 machines in this room.
I had it in my head for a long time that this was an asshole who would never appreciate these games and didn't deserve them.
And yes, I love Knack. That Knack.
It's funny that he says that because that's the last thing I think. I don't care if he bought them all. Because can you imagine that all these YouTubers that collect and have game collections, like, he doesn't deserve them. He's rich. He just bought them.
Yeah.
So fucking what, you losers? Like, oh, you have to collect it the right way. I mean, there are people out there like that, which is so bizarre, you know? I just thought, look at that weird autistic guy, you know, with all his fucking games.
Knack Poster 2 was given to me by Sony Japan.
The images of Joel on Google don't do a lot to dispel that image in my mind with the crossed arms and condescending glare towards the camera.
That's a gaze. That's not a glare.
He's looking at you and saying, "Go ahead, mate. Whip it out. I bet it's not as big as mine." And that's the problem with judging things for face value. It doesn't paint the entire portrait of who this person is. So thankfully, there was a 70-part autobiography on Joel's life on the Last Game channel that I watched to help me alleviate some of these prejudices I had. He's not just some rich dude with a Capcom car, even though he has that and a Daytona car. He's actually a pretty cool dude. Let's get into him. Joel has pretty much nuked a lot of the content on his channel because he wanted to rebrand it into like a chronological story of his entire life. And he does that through a series called Story Mode.
Here's the thing. This is the problem I was like most people, I just wanted to look at his video games. Joel is very into telling you what's the minute details of his day. If he stepped on a thumbtack, you're going to find out about it in your review of the Sega Master System. It was something I never really liked about his content. But I wish I would have viewed it in this guy's way, because I might have made my own video. One of the reasons I'm doing this is, like, this guy made the video that I wanted to. I mean, he really did. That's why I can steal his content here. Because he has patience that I don't, and made spectacular stuff here.
Which I think he took some inspiration from Happy Console Gamer, just telling little anecdotes about his life and growing up with gaming and all the weird adventures he went on. And I think this is his best format. He seems very passionate about his favorite subject, himself. And that's fine. There's some really good gems in there if you watch through it.
A lot of people were saying that Pete Dorr and Gamester81 and Happy Console Gamer were saying that I'm a fake and my collection's not that big and a company owns it. All these different rumors. It's just typical trolls trying to stir up trouble in the community.
Trying to stir up trouble in the retro gaming community. Those rascals.
Joel had been a lifelong fan of video games. He had once told his mother that he was going to collect all the video games.
He wasn't fucking around. Ow, Joel! Like, everybody knows, next thing you know, like, oh my god, I wish he would stop buying all these games. You know?
Yeah. He was exposed to video games through the old arcade scene back in the day, and he got addicted to games like Space Harrier. There was a local TV show, kind of a public access thing in his hometown that he used to watch. And on that show, they would have video game competitions. Try and get the high score in a certain amount of time and win the big prize. Well, Joel wrote in and said, I like video games. I got a big collection. Please put me on the show. And they picked him. And he went on that broadcast.
It's like the Chris Chan of Australia.
Yeah. It's like Chris Chan, the good ending.
There is something. Yeah. That's we're getting there.
Where he has like
he's
this
not gonna fuck his mom.
Yeah, no, he's not, but
okay.
There's some sad stuff coming up.
Taping of it, but he had accidentally taped over some of his gameplay of The Last Ninja. Take a look.
So this is the original
Last Ninja is like one of the worst video games of all time, by the way.
VHS tape of me on the Early Bird show, and I recorded Last Ninja over this tape. Luckily, I saw the counter and I stopped it before I play.
Real video game. There we go, 600,000. And the dragon just started to appear too. Well done, Joel. Congratulations.
And like that, Joel just won.
And apparently all the Space Harrier competitions that were ran on that show, there was 58 of them, I was number 1. And I had my name put on a plaque in Time Zone as the greatest Space Harrier champion.
Joel's love and fast.
Do you hear that? He's the greatest Space Harrier. I feel myself a little arcade over here. I really shouldn't be making fun of him, but I'm going to.
It's like Billy Mitchell giving himself an award.
Oh,
you know?
God. Well, wait a minute. That's happened.
Fascination of video games grew after he had an Amiga computer, where he quickly learned that you could just copy games and then give them away to friends.
It's going to start getting good.
And then he and his friends would copy and trade games all the time. Well, that got out of hand quickly.
The Commodore Amiga 500. Now,
Great PC, by the way. Good stuff. Great games in there. All sorts of... The whole Amiga scene is awesome.
back in the day, I was a huge cracker and hacker on the Amiga 500.
You see, Joel wanted to make this into a business, and he joined a cracking group where he went by the name Silver, and he started selling pirated games out of his local newspaper.
I'll sell you $5 for a $60 game.
The police did show up and shut down his little operation.
Yeah, I bet.
I was involved in many cracking groups such as ACU, the Firestarters, to name a few. Later on, I went a bit rogue and went under the name Silver.
Joel made a lot of friends through his days of cracking Amiga games, one of which happened to be founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, who taught him some programming and also copied and shared games with him.
Now, Julian
Of course. I'm not even surprised.
It's like, you know how they say all black people know each other?
Yeah.
I feel like all autistic people
do
know
they
each
really
other,
say that?
You know?
You're racist.
No. I feel like that's the same with autistic people. They
all know each other.
Yeah.
3 streets away from my grandmother's house, but he was just a humble teenager that used to swap and copy games with me and teach me how to program.
He goofed on you behind your back.
I learned a lot from that guy, actually.
Actually, if you ever hear Julian Assange talk, he's half a retard himself. I mean, one of the reasons he's in jail is he got in over his head. I'm not saying it's right the way they did to him, but he was way in over his head. Autism core, $5. Thank you, Jack.
The time Joel turned 18, he thought it wasn't enough to just like video games. He wanted to run his own video game store. So Joel reached out to his grandfather for a business loan, of which Joel had every intention to pay back. It wasn't like he was just handed free money. He was going to earn it back on his own. So he ended up owning his own video game store called Australian Vision Games.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
And he ran it out of a dingy little shop, and he made some contacts within the gaming industry to where he could start importing games directly from China and Japan. And one of the things that got him into trouble was he was importing a lot of games that weren't officially released in Australia yet. So he would get games like months in advance of their Australian release, and then he would modify consoles like the Super Nintendo or provide the Honeybee converter
so
you
funny.
could play those Super Famicom games on the Super Nintendo. And things were getting out of control.
He then pulls out a business card, hands it to me. He's from Nintendo. He said, I'm saying
don't
it's
fuck
illegal.
around.
I know, they don't. It's terrible. Jerks.
Nintendo.
Especially Nintendo. They're absolutely the worst.
If you don't stop selling your games, we're going to take you to court and sue you for damages.
Joel would go on to have many negative experiences in his little side hustles of importing and modding systems. First of which is when he had his video game store, a representative from Nintendo came in and noticed that he was selling import games and adapters. So they bought one and then came back a week later with a business card saying, "You better stop this or we're going to sue you into oblivion."
People would come in and ask for Japanese games. I'd say, hang on a minute, I'd have to go at the back and see if I got it, and kind of put it in a brown paper bag. No kidding, that's how it was.
There are many somber and
He's selling heroin. It's so funny.
serious stories that Joel's told on his channel over the years.
I had no car, no business. When I put on a Saturn game, I didn't even want to play it anymore. I wanted to pull it out of the TV and throw it in the bin.
He talked about the first time he sold off his game collection because he thought that he wasn't going to find true love.
He's right.
Until he got rid of the games because the women in his life at the time thought they were immature. Like, he had three main hobbies: cars, which was fine; Star Wars,
Not fine. Sorry.
normal enough. But it was the video games he was finding where people were just like, you're kind of immature. So Joel, in an act of depression, sold off all of his video games.
And even though I was on Valium to take the edge off, I was in deep depression. I couldn't find answers, so I went to the pub and that was it. I drowned myself and my pain in alcohol.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. I might do it tonight. Oh my God, I just fucking chest cold. Drive me nuts.
He sought help in one of the most unlikely of places, through the self-help guru of Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins, these tapes transformed my life
Tommy,
forever.
You might know
this guy's
Tony
like the Forrest Gump of video games. Like, he keeps going through all.
I know. He's actually good at them too. So I mean, he's a
Yeah.
Space Harrier champion. That's too funny.
Well, it's like he keeps going through all these historic people in his little timeline.
Yeah, I know.
That's funny.
I know. He's got Tony Robbins and he's got Julian Assange. Would you be shocked if I said AJ Styles?
No way.
Yeah, it doesn't get covered in this video, but they ran into each other too.
Robbins,
funny.
if you've seen the movie Shallow Hal.
Devils, come out! What the hell are you doing, banana hands?
Joel has come on the record to say that he spent over 600 hours taking body language courses where he can begin to read people, kind of like a pickup artist.
Imagine being able to read someone without even talking to them. That's what I was interested in. I spent over 600 hours on body language courses
my
all
God.
up. The guy teaching it said I was the keenest student he ever had
bet.
in his 30 years of teaching.
If I were a game collector,
Just probably sucked so much money out of him. You're really good at this, mate.
Yeah, you're a natural, Mike.
You're a natural.
You're so close to getting there. You just need to-
You gotta come back next week and get your black belt. But I have my black. This is your super secret black belt.
It's the black belt, Mike.
Well, it's that innocence is gonna get him in trouble.
I'd be a little intimidated when Joel comes around. He's had over 600 confirmed hours of body language
Bullshit.
courses. He's already read your next 3 moves. Your video game collection is as good as Joel's.
And with the confidence I had thanks to Tony Robbins, I muster up the courage and ask her out for a coffee.
I like hearing stories about how he and his wife, when they started dating, he went into his friend's DVD shop and noticed that his friend had a Dreamcast weeks before it was set to release in Australia. And he was talking with his friend. He's like, yeah, no, I'll let it go for around $1,200. And Joel's like, I don't have the money for it. And then his girlfriend, now wife, went over there and bought it for him.
For $1,200?
Jeez.
Well, maybe the exchange. We gotta forget. Like, I don't know what the exchange rate is over there. $1,200. Yeah, I think,
Australian money's a lot cheaper. Than US money.
It could. It's just probably around the same thing.
We've only been
lot
going
more.
out 2 weeks. I'm in debt to you, $1,100 already. This is not going to happen. I've got the money. She said, too late. It's a gift from me. It's your birthday present and you can have it tonight, and that's final.
And they spent the entire night playing Sega Dreamcast together. Stuff like
I'm glad he found her.
that just melts my heart.
Mandy is my soulmate, my partner, and someone who understands me completely. Mandy, I will forever love you.
Or there are just some
Mandy.
other wholesome moments in there, like where Joel gives an anti-suicide PSA at the end of one of his videos.
Life is valuable and precious, and no matter how hard things seem at the time, there's always an answer, and you're not alone.
Joel started his YouTube channel back in 2010
Tony Robbins. Jesus Christ. Oh,
after being inspired by his favorite channel, Johnny Millennium, aka the Happy Console Gamer. Joel was such a huge fan of Johnny Millennium that he paid tribute to him in his review of Ghouls and Goblins.
In this episode, we're going to be looking at Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts series. First of all, I just want to say a special thank you to Johnny Millennium, Happy Console Gamer. And this is why, Johnny. When I was looking for Ghosts and Goblins reviews myself on YouTube, I come across you. And
you see that? He's got the display for GameCube behind him. That's so funny.
I looked back, and you've inspired me to do my own reviews.
Throughout the years, Joel tried to reach out to Johnny in hopes of either collaborating or gathering some advice from Johnny, but unfortunately, Johnny just never got back to him.
I got on YouTube and I explained that I had a big collection and maybe we should do something. But unfortunately, no go. And a few times I contacted him, but no go.
Fret not, they'll eventually cross paths later on in this video. Joel's early work was a little rough to say the least, but he has improved over the years. He's a lot more high energy, composed, and Australian than ever before. And I love it.
This is a Sega section, and yes, I do say Sega like that. That's just how Australians say Sega.
Now, Joel loves cars, and most people notice the Daytona car or his Capcom car, all of which are very interesting stories. But the one that stuck out to me the most was this one car that Joel purchased that Polyphony Digital, the guys who made Gran Turismo, helped design. And he buys this car, and then he discovers inside the trunk, he finds a PlayStation 3 and a copy of Gran Turismo.
There was a trick. You could put a USB inside the GDR and it would write data to the stick to play in Gran Turismo 5.
You wouldn't download a car, would you? Joel would. And that's what he did.
USB stick in the slot.
I don't think there'll ever be an interview. This is never gonna happen. Never in a million years.
Turn the car on. To accessories. And uploaded my actual car to the game.
A lot of people wonder.
Is that real?
Yes!
What the fuck?
Yes!
Where did he get all of this collection? Was he just rich and he just bought it all at once? No, he amassed it over his lifetime, and he had a lot of different careers related to video games.
Yeah, you know, he does have a gift. I mean, he definitely has a gift, this guy.
His own video game store. He worked for an arcade repair shop. He made a lot of friends that worked at Capcom and Nintendo and all other sorts of distributors around the world. And he also knows the art of the deal. The guy would haggle with people like, hey, you got that broken arcade over there? I know how to fix that.
Jeez.
I'll just buy it off from you cheap. I'll get it off your hands. I'll fix it up.
But unfortunately, some people would jump to conclusions thinking I'm so loaded that I've just went and bought thousands.
So what? So what if you did? It's your money. Like, where do these people on YouTube get off? Oh, he just bought his collection. So what? You gotta collect the right way.
Well, how else do you get a collection?
No, you buy trade. Art of the deal, baby.
Yeah,
and it helps when you know big people too. I mean, you got connections are bigger. Networking is probably more important.
So you're more respectful if you trade for your collection?
You're not. It's not real if you buy it.
Oh, okay.
See all those arcades? I don't have a real arcade because I bought it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even play them. You know, there's always something. These people on YouTube, people are just assholes.
of cartridges and thousands of motherboards, and that I just reached in my back pocket and paid for it. Well, as nice as that would have been, that was just not the case. You see, I had 5 other people go in with me to buy this bulk deal. That way we would get them so cheap, and we would have split it up 6 ways.
Joel has a general apprehension towards anyone coming into his home. He doesn't really trust too many outsiders, mainly because he's been burned in the past. He had some game journalists over who were interviewing him.
Should have known better right there and then. You should have had a gun the whole time.
For a story piece about his life and his
games journalists, from what I've seen over the last since I've been doing it, are like some of the biggest lowlifes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I trust a YouTuber before I trust a games journalist.
Right.
Because you know what a games journalist is?
What?
He's somebody that's in his career that would take any other fucking job than what he's doing. Nobody likes doing that job. That's always a means to an end. So you get like the worst people that are really bitter in there. You know?
Yeah. Seeing who they can fuck over.
Yeah, exactly. Because nobody really wants to be a games journalist. You know?
Right.
In fact, that's why, and then what they really resent too is because like YouTubers get into YouTube and they actually are passionate about this stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, all these people want to write. They want to write about woke shit and have people tell them they're important and smart, and they're doing games journalism. Meanwhile, like Metal Jesus is making tons of money reviewing TNC surf designs from the NES. It's making them crazy. You know, it really. You remember? I think I remember the thing with Bunny King. The guy that he couldn't get through the. Not that I'm a great gamer by any stretch, but I got through the tutorial of Cuphead. I mean, I was able to do it. I mean, that just shows you that they don't care about this stuff.
Collection. Well, after the interview concluded, Joel was taking inventory of his collection and noticed he was missing some very valuable high-priced games.
He stole his
And
shit.
it's got to the point.
Are you surprised? Journalist stole his shit. Stole his shit. He's not entitled to have this. This is mine. Not there. He doesn't serve this. And they probably hawked it somewhere. Fucking scumbags. I mean, what a shock! The type of people that end up writing for what was the Deadspin? Well, they had a gaming one, Kotaku or trash cans.
Where I've had to now ban people from coming. Like I get
like never go to games journalists, never read games journalists. Just find a YouTuber. The odds are he's putting more work into it anyway, and he actually likes the shit.
questions all the time. Hey,
YouTubers are trash too, but for different reasons, and are not as big as trash bags, which is for me saying something because YouTubers are trash bags.
It's such and such from IGN. We'd love to come and do an interview with you. Sorry, policy now. No one's allowed to hear anymore.
Joel is really attached to his video game collection.
It has nothing to do with attachment. They're stealing his shit, dude. Like, he's really attached. Like, lighten up, Joel. They're stealing your fucking $10,000 version of this. Or, like, fuck off. He's really attached. No way, dude. They're stealing his shit. He was nice enough to let you in his cool-ass place that whether he bought it or he built it is irrelevant. And they stole it, the scumbags. They stole his shit. Oh, that guy's too retarded to have this nice stuff. Yeah, and that's how they justified it.
About a couple of years ago, he had a substantial offer from a collector in the Netherlands, and they were going to offer him so much money that Joel decided he could just instantly retire, and maybe his kids would be well off too. But for whatever reason...
Autism. Autism, every time.
Joel said, no thanks. Or so the story goes.
Obviously, I decided not to sell my collection. Look, I'm just not going to be bought.
I began to notice that Joel wasn't exactly accepted within this tiny little...
This is what interests me. This is the most interesting part to me, the social aspect of it. Because I noticed this too. But I'm not that into retro games where I'm paying attention to what these jackasses are doing. I probably should because I could make a career on it. You know, the one time I paid attention to the Arcade 1-Up drama, it was very fruitful. You know,
niche of the retro gaming community on YouTube, if you want to call it that. You never would see him appearing in interviews with other YouTubers or collaborating on videos or just in general talking with other content creators in the retro gaming community. And I always wondered why that was. Well, come to find out, Joel had some big words for other YouTubers that may have rocked the boat.
I had so many celebrities contact me wanting to bring over their own camera crew and take videos of the room with me and them, like they're doing me a favor and giving me exposure. I'd prefer to pick my own celebrities.
I think it all traces...
And he always, for the collection that he had significantly lower views than everybody else because he wouldn't collab. It's the only way. It's the same reason I can't collab. I won't collab with anybody.
Back to 2017.
And by the way, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And if you people knew the jackasses that I've had to deal with in the past 7 years, you'd understand why.
On the Last Gamer Facebook page, Joel posted a very strange email he received about a potential collaboration with another large YouTuber. Something like a mutual agreement between Joel and this mysterious YouTuber that would help Joel catapult himself out of obscurity. This is that email.
Hi Joel, I see you're becoming quite popular in the last week or so. That's really good, my man. I am so crazy busy at the moment with my channel and with work, but I would love to give your channel the boost it needs. Due to being so busy, I could take time off and set aside a video just plugging you, and with my blank amount of subscribers, I'm sure a lot would head your way. Setting the video up takes time, and unfortunately, time is money. It would take between 1 to 2 weeks to edit, and I would need you to video your side of the room and send me the footage. I was thinking around the 3K mark, maybe a little less. My motivation is not money driven, more to help you out, dude. Sincerely yours, Redacted. I can't stop laughing. I'm not going to release the name of this individual, but I'm losing a lot of respect for some YouTubers. Oh, and I did reply, no thanks. I'll do it my way.
Joel never posted the header for this email. You don't know who the sender is. He redacted some information, and it just kind of seems like he was implying that it was Metal Jesus.
He's like one of the biggest guys in the space.
Really?
Everybody likes him. I never heard anything bad about him, but I mean, if you search hard enough, you can find something bad about anybody.
Yeah. And he didn't outright say it until a couple of years later when somebody dug up this old Facebook post and made some drama videos on the subject where they said, this, of course, is Metal Jesus that Joel's implicating here in this email.
Wow. Yep, I do hate being in the middle of this crap, but I didn't want to create any drama, especially back then when I was trying to grow the channel. I thought it would be best to leave Jason's name out. Not only that, but
well, the best thing to do is not do it at all, but
yeah,
if you don't want drama.
I watched him quite a lot, and John Hancock. For some reason, they gave me little respect. Not that I require it. End of the day, I'm doing this to bring the community together. As many YouTubers are, including yourself. I'm not rich. That's why I'm doing story mode to explain how and why I got my collection. And truth be told, if it went up in flames tomorrow, I wouldn't care. As long as my family are safe. Anyway, I was afraid to speak out because I was just one. But nowadays there's many. I'm sick of the arrogance of these YouTubers who think they are above everyone else. So what you
not wrong, but he fucked this up. And watch.
Yeah.
Have a full set of NES games. So have I. But that doesn't make me more of a fan or a gamer than someone running an emulator. I don't usually rant and rave, but things need to change for the better.
Metal Jesus had to come out on the defense and say, I did not do this. This was not from me. And he had reached out to Joel on Facebook to say, hey, can you please let me take a look at that email so I can prove that it's not me, but Joel did not comply.
So his bullshit detector went off, but it didn't go off the right way. So
right.
he thought, like, yeah, exactly.
I have zero record of this email coming from me. Back in Feb, when I was first alerted to this, I messaged you, Joel, on FB asking for the email header so I could inspect the originating IP address / email servers. You read it and never responded. I have the screenshot.
You're an asshole trying to get 3K out of him.
Also, I have just one job since 2016, YouTube. This person who wrote this in 2017 mentions working 2 jobs. I've been very vocal. That hasn't been me since February of 2016. People spoof my accounts.
Shouldn't tell people that. I could get mad.
All the time, looking for review codes and crap like that. I have featured dozens of YouTubers and never asked for money. Dig through all 700 videos and ask them all if you don't believe me.
I think Joel maybe meant well and wanted to revamp his image because a lot of people have this collective perception that this man with thousands of video games must be a millionaire and must have gotten all of his collection from his fans. And he didn't truly deserve it.
Because people took it the wrong way, like I'm a spoiled brat or something at 8 years old.
And I think he was doing his best to repair that damaged reputation by taking a hardline anti-e-begging stance.
I started talking about e-begging even though it was new to me. It's basically people asking for things to keep their channel going that may not be warranted. But unfortunately, it's in the eye of the beholder. But at the same time, that's why I got rid of Fanzone. I didn't want people to look at me as some kind of charity.
And even saying that you have an anti-e-begging stance automatically closes a lot of windows. Like, never gonna be on Metal Jesus's channel. Radical Reggie, bye. Can't be there.
My collection's more about the journey of how I got things rather than the journey of how people sent me things.
A lot of the drama around his channel started in 2017 when he reached out to Nintendo back when the Nintendo Switch was brand new, hoping that he could secure a Switch for a potential review. And Nintendo sent back their terms. They're like, this is what you can and cannot say about the Switch. These are the dates whenever you can review it, so on and so forth. Well, Joel said, well, what's the point of that? Those are not my words. This is just a script to read, so what's the point of...
It's a man of principle.
even making this video. No thanks, I'll find my own Switch. And the Nintendo rep's like, whatever, you're never gonna get one.
The lady on the phone laughed and said, it's impossible for you to have a Switch, let alone Breath of the Wild.
See, this is how you know he didn't buy it. This is actually better evidence. He's like, all right. I'll show you I'll get it.
It's under heavy duty security and I'm bluffing, and go ahead and put it online because you don't have one.
Joel made a couple of phone calls and he secured 2 Nintendo Switches, of which he hyped up through a trailer on his Facebook saying, hey, we got a big Nintendo Switch review coming out, and he was gonna do things on his own terms. And that's exactly what he did. He put out a Nintendo Switch review where he did offer some positives and some criticisms about the product.
So
and
funny.
Nintendo didn't quite like that.
And what happened when I uploaded the video, I got not only a lot of hate from Nintendo fans, but I got a copyright strike from Nintendo themselves. In fact, not just on this video, but on every single video I had uploaded on YouTube.
Another thing that happened during the Switch fiasco was that Joel started calling out other YouTubers for being paid shills, and he noticed that in their video reviews of the Switch, they were only reviewing superficial things like the box it came in, and I guess the form factor of the Switch, but nothing of substance.
I saw a lot of unboxing videos on YouTube, and it made me cringe because all I could see was Nintendo's words.
The Switch box, wow, it's not that big. It's not that big, and it's lovely. I love it. Take it out. I gotta go, guys. Look at that thing. I'll see you later. That is something to covet.
Sweet, beautiful Switch. Look how cute this little tiny cartridge is.
Because everything's so small.
It is so small.
The games are small.
Don't
so light too.
Packaging is as sleek as your console, but the Switch is never going back in there.
Meanwhile, Joel had reviewed the games that came with it, the controllers, and expressed his grief with the Joy-Cons. Joel was right. They're shit. they break all the time, and he knew it.
And Switch fans know this. They know this very well.
Joel called it. He did nothing wrong.
Yes, Nintendo and I don't have the best relationship. They didn't like me importing Super Famicom games in 1991, nor did they like me importing GameCube games back in 2003. And they didn't like me using soundtracks of their old games in my videos, nor did they like me having Mario on my t-shirt. But Nintendo, I am the supporter. It's just you're the dictator.
The only reason I brought up this whole old drama is because I think it helps better contextualize why Joel is kind of on an island by himself, and by that I don't mean Australia. There's many people there. But why he's just kind of an outcast in his own community.
You're here, everyone's here.
No, not at all. I'm a part of the community, I'd like to think.
No, but meaning you don't get like this all obviously.
Yeah, I just
stuff
prefer to
going
stay
on.
out.
You
I
prefer
don't
to.
like
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in the middle. You just prefer to just do your
things
thing.
can get misconstrued.
100%.
And it's happened too many times to me throughout the years. That's just part of YouTube and the community and the internet.
As time went on, Joel's channel became less about video game reviews and more about DIY projects. I counted at least 5 times where there was some major construction going on to his home. Either he was building a new wing to his house or rearranging his video game collection.
Yeah, he's just one of these guys that just is always like doing something. He's like your annoying neighbor that's always building.
Again. And I think Joel is just that kind of personality. He's very kinetic. He's always got to have a new project to work on, whether it be a car or his video game room or something like that. He just never stops. And that unfortunately led to a lot of accidents and health problems within his life.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another renovation episode. There's no easy way of saying this without making it sound dramatic, but last night I actually had a heart attack. I've got no one else to blame but myself.
One day, Joel released a very tragic video on his channel outlining a lightning storm that had hit his area, causing a...
And this is like at the same time the heart attack happened.
Massive power surge that wiped out a lot of his arcade machines and other electronic appliances within his home.
It's no consolation when you hear this. Of 87 arcade machines, we've lost over 70 that do not work.
I just want to warn...
Did you hear that?
Is that a risk? Like, is that a risk with arcade machines?
90%. I don't know much about real arcade machines. I only have the 3/4 models, all right? I don't know what... I mean, it's Australia. But I can't imagine you wouldn't have them on a strip or shut everything down. Or maybe it didn't matter. Maybe they were shut down prior to going in there. But it gets a lot worse than that. Listen to this.
Warn you, Joel is about to say one of the most cringe-inducing sentences here that made me pause the video and say, what the fuck?
No, I'm not insured. I don't have insurance for my games, my house, anything.
Oh. Holy shit.
Wait till you find out why.
Joel has this apprehension towards having any form of insurance. I don't know if it's his mindset of self-reliance or if it links back to his grandfather, who warned him that insurance was a waste of money, you should never get it. And then he also had a boss.
It is a big scam in a lot of cases, but you still have to get it. You know?
Later on, that told him that he didn't insure any of his vehicles on the car lot that he owned because it would be way too expensive. Joel just has a personal belief where he does not believe in insurance, and he believes that it would have never helped him in his life. So I have compiled a reel of times in Joel's life where insurance could have helped him.
I've never had insurance for my whole life. I've never needed it. So it was around mid-April 1992, and my grandfather and I were standing in an empty shop that we're currently paying rent for, wondering what we're going to do. We had no insurance. None, zero, zip. My grandfather didn't believe in insurance. And unfortunately, we had no measures for a security system or bars on the windows or anything like that. So I was driving the car for approximately 2 months without insurance. And he told me, never insure your car. Believe me, save your money. And if you have a bingo one day, it's very rare that lightning will strike twice.
You drive around Australia?
Yeah, I know. We gotta get Mikey Mitch about that because that's the first thing I thought. Because I'm from New Jersey, the most expensive car. Yeah. The most expensive car insurance on the planet, and you have to. Same thing here in Germany. So maybe in Australia you don't. I don't know. I don't think my dad told me there was a time when you didn't have it. So maybe they were just maybe where he lives you don't have to have it.
Twice. Right. The monitor's absolutely blown. The power supply's blown. It's gone right through. I don't even know how this is possible, to be honest. So I listened.
Yeah, me either. Those old arcade systems are really susceptible. It's not like this shit. Like they have shit built into like our monitors now that won't save it in every scenario, but it's a lot safer. They build this shit with that stuff in mind. Those old arcades didn't have any of that. Yeah.
To his advice, as my grandfather once told me, and vowed not to have insurance. I don't have insurance for my games, my house, anything. Don't have car. Anything.
Home.
I know health. It might seem unusual. No health.
No, that's what I mean. No health.
And it took its time.
He has no health insurance. Oh my God. Who got it? I know what happened. And somebody got he had a nutter in his family talk him into that. And he's you can tell he's a guy that's very principled. If I don't believe in insurance, well, he's not going to say he doesn't believe it and get it. He's really not going to get it,
I had a mild heart attack in all this. I went on a bit of a break because unfortunately I had a heart attack in the process. Now this is all well and good, but I still had to finish off my video games room. And while doing some final touches on the roof, I cut myself that bad I started to pass out. Then while trying to climb down the scaffold, I fell and broke my ribs. I was bleeding a lot from the nose. I was passing out, and then Jess.
Yeah, like he's all go, 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 go. And like you can't slow him down.
Took me to hospital where I went into a seizure and then had a CAT scan and so on. Problem was I had a tumor in the brain. It was around 5 centimeters. They were going to operate, but I sought out alternative healing.
No!
And I tried all these different places and I ended up moving to Sydney for a couple of weeks and saw this woman who did so many wonderful things to actually shrink the size of the tumor. This was without invasive surgery, and it did work. I had to meditate every day or twice a day. I had to take all these special things and herbs and all that.
I don't know how they do things down in Australia.
Not that way, I guarantee you that. Jesus Christ. Joel's susceptible to stuff like this. And it's sad, because there's a really good soul there for Joel.
Yeah. But when you treat a brain tumor through meditation and herbs, here in America, we call
it... don't treat it with Jack Daniels. At least you get drunk.
That an untreated brain tumor. What the fuck, Joel? Please, and I mean this as Miles. I'm not Hakiko and breaking character here. I sincerely mean this. Just go to a hospital. Go to a doctor, a surgeon with a real degree. Have them give you an MRI and get rid of this now massive brain tumor that you presumably have. I'm not kidding. Do this for your family. Okay? If not for yourself, put your ego behind you. It's the tumor talking. Just go. Okay? Get in the car and drive to the hospital because you're gonna die.
Life and death go hand in hand. So what's going to happen to my collection when I die?
All good things must come to an end, and I'm not talking about Joel's life, so settle down. I'm talking about his channel. It seems like The Last Gamer is coming to a close. Joel's released a trailer for the final 2 chapters of Story Mode, and he posted these ominous photos of his empty game rooms. Yes, that's right, his collection is nowhere to be found. Seems like he may have taken that deal, but nothing's been confirmed. Joel hasn't officially said he sold his collection. Regardless, I'm gonna miss this wild ride. After watching 70 chapters of this dude's life, I gotta say, it's amazing. And I think Joel is a legend, and he deserves a little recognition here in this gaming YouTube scene. Regardless, I want to thank you all for watching. Go check out Joel's channel. Go check out Story Mode. Here's my recommended picks. Signing off, this has been Hikiko. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with this.
If you feel alone or have thoughts on self-harm or worse, it's best to talk to someone. Family, friends, a social worker, or even a professional counsellor. These days there are so many avenues to get help.
But mate, I need insurance for that.
Via telephone or even online. Life is valuable and precious, and no matter how hard things seem at the time, there's always an answer, and you're not alone.
Here's the answer, you're fucked.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope you enjoyed this.
So this video came out a year ago, huh?
Yeah, almost two at the end of the month. Give Akiko a sub. I'm going to right now. I want you to do what I'm about to do. Bingo. There you go. And I'm going to bell him too. Just like you should do to me. Like unbell and bell. And that way you actually start getting the damn things. But that's what I do. I unbell. When I don't get a notification, I think instead of like writing the guy a comment, the YouTuber like, oh, I'm getting a notification. I just unbell and bell. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It works, it seems. I think it works anyway. I don't know. YouTube figures out a way around it. The interest, like, if I got to put a little more set, I think it was around the time you came on the show that there were rumors that he sold his collection, and even people writing him like, just tell the truth, you don't have it anymore. And what he did is he erased all the original story mode stuff, and he started releasing it over time. I think the last one was like 8 months ago. He has not done any new content. I don't think he's really been seen since 2019. Right. Like in a new video or anything. Everything's like a thing. And he deleted like all of it. It was just kind of a weird thing. And it's not getting the hits it was. And he never really got the hits that... He never got the hits that somebody that was doing what he was doing should get. Even though it would never have been like 100K a video. He probably should have been pulling anywhere between 20 and 70K a video, with especially the type of money he pushed into it. Yeah. I think and this is not really a criticism of Kiko. I think Kiko's just got to keep it up and do great videos. It's more of a criticism of Joel. I think it was too personal. It wasn't like personal, like in like a Boogie 2988 way, oversharing. Well, yeah, it was, but it never was like, my dad molested me or some shit like that. I never got that weird. It would be something like, yeah, Grandpa told me never to get insurance. Yeah. But it is an interesting sort of sad story. Like you look right here, like chapter 42, 2007, Jess, right? And I guess it'd be about like this woman he met in 2007.
Welcome back to Story Mode. So I'm at a family function and I find out I've got a second cousin, and her name's Jess, and she works at EB Games. Why am I only getting told about this now?
Yeah, see, it's like family stuff. Like, I guess it really is the story of a life of a guy that has the most badass video game collection in history. That's what it is, right.
Welcome to 2007, where Transformers went from cartoon to live action thanks to Michael Bay. Quentin Tarantino pumps out another great film in Grindhouse's Death Proof. The Simpsons finally make it onto the big screen.
It was terrible. All the movies are terrible. I think... but yeah, if you want to check out Joel, and I really missed, I hate thinking, one of the last episodes I saw is when Up Up Down Down with AJ Styles went there. Oh yeah, they actually went. They were bugging out, man. They're like, and it's sad that people went in there and stole shit. It was really cool what he built. and he definitely has a talent.
Yeah.
But he's a bit of a bumpkin, you know, and it's too bad that it's sad. It's easy to make fun of Joel, and I'm not saying you should, but it does kind of remind you just how horrible we are as human beings. That you can have somebody that's as honest, as principled, and as naive as him is just gonna get eaten up with life. Life's gonna eat them up, you know. And I think it's probably hard to tell Joel to stop. Hence the heart attack. I hope. I haven't heard anything since the I don't know what's happened with the tumor. I mean, maybe, I suppose it could be benign, you know. But yeah, it's too bad. The people are like that. They could take advantage of you like that. Last Gamer, Joel Hopkins. Is there any information on him? Yeah, see, like the last stuff's like in 2019. Like I flipped on news team. Meet the Australian founder of the biggest video game collection in the world. Oh, geez, they even did an article on him in German. You know, meet the man building the largest gaming bot. And this thing got interrupted. That sucks. I miss looking. I used to love, like, he had these, like, camera angles. He had these, like, really, where he would just kind of troll through the whole thing. And every time I watch one of the videos, it's like, this place is never ending. It's like, I thought I knew the whole house by now, but I didn't. It was so cool. It was just it's like out of a dream. It was dreamlike. And it's just too bad. I hope Joel's doing okay. I'll take calls, open phones, anything you want to talk about. But I think I'm walking away. I'm going to try it. I get this fucking chest cold. Oh, it's so annoying. I get sick. You know, I'm going to end up like him. I've already had my fucking... I haven't had a heart attack yet, but I was close to doing it. I got to get the fuck out of the house. So, jump in the queue. The Discord's fixed. Can we take off the... At least for a while.
You sure you want to do that? It's not that big of a deal. It's not like they're like... It's like a minute in between message. It's like 5 seconds. It's just to make sure no one's spam.
Yeah. Let them spam. Maybe something interesting will happen.
All right. I don't know how to do it.
Then forget it. It's not happening then. Make it 2 seconds, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I probably that guy. It's that Mike Cuck guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna spam immediately, isn't he? As soon as I turn it off.
Probably.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, Mike, go fuck yourself. How about that? All right, we're not doing it.
There you go.
Yeah, just like you can write like paragraphs in there. You fucking jerk off. Contribute something. I don't know. I don't care if you do or you don't. That's it. No calls. It's kind of dead today. And I'm not in the best.
I mean, we covered a video that's 2 years old, so.
Yeah. It's a cool video though. You should thank me. You know what you could do? I could cut this tomorrow. We could go over this right here. This is interesting. So I can like
The year was 2023, and Starbreeze Studios was ramping up marketing for their upcoming game, Payday 3. A significant size of the gaming community had a general distrust of larger game journalism outlets, but Starbreeze still needed to find a way to reach as many people as possible. Who do the players trust with game reviews? They asked one another. With so many players thinking the IGNs and Game Informers of the world are too biased because of sponsorship deals these days, who do they listen to now?
Pac-Man, Angry Joe.
What exactly does Modern Warfare 22 do right? Why has this game struck a chord with me?
Does it first heard about OWI branching out into the Starship Troopers IP?
I gotta get that Starship Troopers game.
Despite our running joke,
The individual content creator brought with it the assumption of personal opinion and integrity, unaffected by the agendas of corporations or studios. This was the perfect vehicle for Starbreeze's marketing strategy. After all, ad revenue on YouTube was subject to so much change and volatility that was out of the creator's hands. Many content creators preferred having more control over their income, turning to methods such as sponsorships or subscription models like...
I don't know. Well, I don't care. You get the idea. This guy made the video, said, when YouTubers promoted a broken game, and then Ackman was attached to it. I don't know. I didn't know anything about Payday 3. Do you know anything that happened to Payday 3? I didn't know. It's like and I'm gonna stick up for these guys for a little bit. Payday 2 is a huge hit. I think it's a safe deal just based on their prior product. Although in fairness, I gotta watch this guy's whole video. It's pretty safe sponsor. I'd have took the sponsorship. Yeah. You know, if I had a bigger platform, sure, because of Payday 2. Unless they knew it's was broken, and I don't know how broken it is. So that doesn't matter. Whatever. That's if you took it. I don't think it makes you a bad YouTuber, a bad person. As long as you came out and said this thing didn't turn out like I hope. You know, if George Foreman puts out a George Foreman grill and one of them sucks, it's not George Foreman's fault. All right, let's be real here. He put his name on it to sell the fucking thing. It's a good thing George Foreman. Did they even sell those anymore?
I have no idea.
They even make those? Chat.
No clue.
George Foreman grills. That thing is awesome. All the slime runs off of it. Anybody? Did
you want to read the Ackman comment or?
I'm going to. I got it right here.
Okay.
So Ackman, who tried to strike my channel down after making fun of him, wrote this. What a fantastic hit piece this was. I especially love the part when you donated to my Patreon and asked me for advice on video production before deleting your Patreon account and trying to hide your message. That's pretty low, if that's true. Don't worry, I took screenshots. I also love the part when you tried to pretend you weren't going after me specifically in the video, but anybody with a basic tag essentially could see added tags such as Modern Warfare 3 and the day before to the tags, even though those games had nothing to do with the subject at hand. Oh, come on, Ackman. Don't act like you're above it or anybody else is, or any of your friends. I could probably look up anybody that you supported or says is great, or some YouTuber that you let, they find the same shit. What a coincidence! I just happened to cover. Although I'll give Ackman this. If he was being nice to him but then again, I don't know how far he threw him on the bus. What a coincidence! Just happened to cover those video games when you released. That's true. Boy, sure strange to find any tags referencing Angry Joe or Big Fry, despite them consisting 2/3 of the video. I guess it's mostly about him. But I'm the fucking brain dead Neanderthal, so I'll just just the belief. Let's see. So I'll just believe. That's what he wrote. Whatever you say, believe whatever you say, without question. I hope the clout was worth it. Oof! Must have had a nerve. Yeah, piece of shit. Pieces of clout hit a nerve. Congrats for making the most basic of observations. He's really arrogant.
Yeah.
All right. So he deleted this, right?
Yeah, it's gone. Gone. Shout out to r/YouTube drama.
Yeah, they're becoming an interesting bunch, but they're all woke over there.
Yeah.
That's probably why he got rid of it.
There's one Reddit post can anyone give me the receipts on the PewDiePie stuff? I've been meaning to look into it.
What, when you said the N-word, or?
Yeah, like the things from 2017. It's like they're all trying to catch up on YouTube drama.
Oh yeah, oh boy, it must be funny. We should do a whole thing on that one day. Yeah, because they're all H-Bomber Guy Nazis. H-Bomber Guy dropped Nazi bombs on the YouTube Reddit.
I didn't really look far into it, but fucking I think they kind of turned on H-Bomber Guy for a second.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah,
they just need to be. It's professional outrage. We should try to piss them off. We can withstand that.
Yeah.
We withstood worse. Let's just piss them off on purpose. Yeah, Ackman's a big pussy. Big baby. Just ignore the video. Ignore the fucking video. The backlash, creator, why it matters. No, it doesn't matter that much. Why do all these fucking you remember the guy that made a video on those stupid Scottish fucking land things I bought for my wife because I thought it was funny?
Yeah.
And he made video after video justifying why it mattered that he exposed an obvious scam to begin with.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? He's so arrogant. Well, these guys got to make videos on why it matters. The YouTubers. Let me see this for a second.
What kind of YouTube creators were invited to this event? One of these was the Act Man. Several of his channel's most popular videos, garnering millions of views, are centered around his opinions on whether he believes games are good, bad, mediocre, or masterpieces. He's also given videos with commentary on the greed and laziness of modern gaming on several occasions, such as the decline of gaming, the rise and fall of loot boxes, and the problem with live service games. Viewers that have followed him during his time on YouTube would have been able to rely on his videos to give harsh but fair criticism where it was deserved, especially when games released in subpar states.
And most importantly, a complete misunderstanding of the word finished. If your internet connection isn't perfect, you will be dropped from matches instantly. Now you want to take your time and get it right. Now, okay, after you sold the game, after it lost 90% of its player base on Steam, okay, now you want to make sure the features are up and running. Gotcha.
The Act Man didn't hesitate to call those games out for their broken launches. Another creator is Angry Joe Show, a channel whose backbone was literally angry reviews, where part of their shtick is that they give in-depth criticism to greedy studio decisions and broken products. It's commonplace on their channel to see videos include entire skits that parody the problems with new games, and many segments of their reviews are literally screamed into the camera.
First off, you want your game to work! We had so many crashes. Like, this is unacceptable for a release. And for this game to be getting 8s and at the way they played the thing, or they're being paid.
So what
I'm
do
sorry,
wrong?
this is really we started the game by erroring, right? And guess what? We have not stopped erroring since.
A third channel is Big Fry TV, a channel I was admittedly unfamiliar with prior to making this video, but posts several impression, review, and discussion videos about the state of modern games as well.
This channel was started because I was tired of getting bad games from developers, whether that's indie, AA, or higher. I've always been focused on the product and how they're selling it.
As the arrangement presumably required, promotional videos would need to be posted after the launch event. If Big Fry TV's second Payday 3 video is any indication, these videos appeared to require Starbreeze's approval for their titles, descriptions, and pinned comments, and be 2 videos total. This doesn't mean they necessarily—
Is this a dumb criticism? I'm starting to get the feeling.
Well, no, it's trying to point out the hypocrisy, right?
Well,
So
is it really hypocrisy? I mean, it's like a safe fucking bet that Payday 3 is going to be good. Like, how do you, like, basically what he's saying is you can't take video game sponsors. Because there's no way to review the game before the game comes out. You know? That's essentially what he's saying. I don't know if Ackman's 100% wrong. Except he's more worried about his fucking ego. You know? So this new game comes out, they go, and then the game sucks or it's broken. Like, and you have no reason to believe it because Payday 2 was a killer. It probably, to them, was probably the safest bet in the world. And once they sign the contract, they can't come out and say that, yeah, it's probably how they locked him in. They can't come out and say that, you know, the game sucks. It gets sued to fucking oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's better to come out and say, hey, I got a new sponsor, Payday 3. Check them out. Give it a check. We know how good Payday 2 was, and leave it at that. So it's not like you gave a review. And it's like, no, I did review it. I took a sponsorship. You know, and I took the sponsorship based on the fact of the quality of the last game, which is the only thing I can do.
Yeah.
So I asked you to check it out. I appreciate you doing it, but yeah, I won't be doing that in the future. You know, I had contractual legal obligations until it ran out, and yeah, you know, you really gotta. It's still your responsibility. I'm trying to go this to the head and live. Like you have to be able to come out and say. You have to be able to come out and say the game. I did take the sponsorship. I took the money. I don't regret taking the money. I thought it was safe. The product is not that good. And you have to figure out the way to do that without getting sued. We're not take video game sponsorships. Yeah. And the problem is you can't rely on your YouTube revenue because if you pick your fucking nose, they'll give you a yellow dollar sign. You know, a guy with, in fairness, a guy, the Kingrid, he can afford, he's got 26K. So it puts him in a huge advantage. He can make these criticisms. But yeah, I would have took that sponsorship too. I wouldn't have thought a thing of it.
Uh-huh.
You know. In fairness to this guy, I don't know if I watched all his video. He pinned the comment. And Ackman's still a fucking blowhard, no matter how you cut the cake. But I don't know, like if they did something wrong, if they're hypocritical, if you're right, Matt,
yeah,
you can't take video games for sponsorships. Now you're cutting yourself out of something. Maybe they can't. Right. Maybe the answer is, I'm not saying like yeah, maybe because they review games, they can't take sponsorships.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe they can. Maybe that's part of the moral code because you put yourself in this situation. Well, I'd have took the fucking thing. I'll be honest with you. So, all right, that's where I'll end it. It's not that interesting anyway. Nobody came in the queue?
I don't think so.
No, all right. Well, good. I guess I get what I get what I put in. I get what I put in.
Yeah.
Did his politics interfere with the review, or did your bias that got crushed in the review? What is he talking about? Who is Jacob Wolf, and what did you do to piss him off? I pissed off Jacob Wolf?
I don't know what's going on.
Somebody sent me off about something about Jacob. It was like, what did I do about Jacob Wolf?
Was that the Death Noodles thing, or was that something else? I got blocked by him a while ago. Wolf. I can't remember.
Let's see, what's this? What did I don't know. This is like, what's his name sent me this earlier? Somebody want to call in and explain this shit to me? Because, Verse sent me this with no context, and I didn't understand any of it. Who is this? Camelot, Camel Official. My new video, I found organization called Softgiving. This organization employed several large creators, Asmongold, Miska Blue, and several others. The organization didn't disclose the commissions pay creators. What? I don't know. I don't understand anything.
Gamer J. Lee, can you explain this?
Can you explain
I have no clue about the Camelot shit. I have no clue there. I was just talking about the chat stuff. No, basically, I was trying to explain the Angry Joe thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me out.
His only problem is that his politics, like during Battlefield 5, anyone who basically criticized the game, oh, you're just a Trump sucking fucking alt-right Nazi.
Yeah, I knew that, but
right.
That's not what I'm talking about. I know that fucking ass blown Cornholio there is a complete phony. I'm well aware that he thinks he's smarter than people, and he's about as average intelligence as average goes. I'm aware of all that. But does that mean they can't take a sponsorship?
I've never been against people taking sponsorships.
Yeah, but can you take a sponsorship if your whole thing is for game review?
I think that, I think how Total Biscuit handled it in the past.
What did he do?
What he did is that he had a sponsorship with CD Projekt Red, who sponsored his esports team. He did not go and review The Witcher 3 due to the fact that would be a conflict of interest. That he separated.
Now, what did he like? You see, and that's the thing. And The Witcher 3 turned out to be a classic, so nobody gave him any shit. Payday 3 turned out to be shit, which is always a chance, you know.
If you base your YouTube channel on like questioning, manufacturing of vehicles and recalls and stuff, and then you get a sponsorship from a vehicle, and there turns out there's a massive recall on that vehiel, you're going to be called a fucking hypocrite, you know?
Yeah. Well, and the thing with
no, you're right. No, that's a good point.
And I get that. And with Total Biscuit, he did reviews. Like that was his whole thing with the WTF is, review based like series, and he was able to do it. So why can't these guys? Like, is it just because so much time has changed the industry and like the way people handle this stuff, or what? Like that's my question.
I don't know. I think they can't take them. I'm coming to like if you do games, you can't take game sponsorships.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like what we watched on that video, the Nintendo thing. The guy gave an honest criticism of Nintendo, that Nintendo product.
Yeah, they went in and they took down his videos.
Yeah, and then the people that were just like, "I like the box; it's so cool." You know, they,
And that guy ended up getting a strike. Good point.
All right, hold on. Apparently, going back to this Jacob Wolf thing, apparently Asmongold and a few others worked alongside for a profit company that collect donations meant for charity.
Okay.
Oh, great! Completionist 2.0.
And they didn't. They didn't.
After actively ignoring our report that Softgiving, a for-profit company that collected 42% of charity donations, according to public records, Asmongold, who streamed it, finally responded when asked by a viewer yesterday.
Wait. Asmon, the guy who was criticizing the whole completionist thing. Wait.
Well, is this like is this like the way the business is with the charity? Like you donate to charity, but then this company is going to take a little off the top to like.
Yeah, a lot of times they're all
like there's a lot of like fine print and stuff like that when it comes to charity.
Yeah, sure.
Donation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have to make something. I mean, if you're going to be, they have to. You know, but that's what my dad said. I remember when 9/11 happened. He says, like, I'm not donating to anybody but churches. And then I remember, like, Bill O'Reilly had to make a video make a video. Listen to me. He had to go on a show and bitch about the United Way to fucking 9/11 families to get their money. Yeah. And like my dad said, no, they'll steal you. I remember my dad saying, they're going to steal the money. You watch. And then fucking Bill O'Reilly did a video on it, and all of a sudden they finally paid up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Beavers is in waiting.
Yeah, pull him up. He was kind of looking into it.
I'll pull him in.
Okay.
Yo, Beavers.
Yeah, Beavers. What are you doing? Did this guy say something about me? Go blow me.
Just give me a sec.
What?
Give him a second. He's from South Africa.
Okay.
There we go. No, I was going through the wrong input.
Were you goofing on me? I didn't do nothing to him.
No, I just wanted to know because Matt was blocked by him, so I was like,
I never heard of the guy until I've never heard of the guy until like there's no I need context. Like first sent this to me and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So I read his article, right? And essentially, as far as I can tell, he can't prove that OTK OTK used this company called the Softgiving company, right?
Okay.
The Softgiving company is kind of scummy in that they have you can either pay them up front, right? A flat fee, or they have a commission structure.
Okay.
Right? The problem with the company is that their commission structure can go up to 42% of what is being donated.
Probably not illegal though.
Which I mean, it's just.
It's scummy, but it's not. I bet it's not illegal. I bet $100 is not illegal.
No.
Yeah.
It's more the whole argument about, as far as I can tell, even the guys that are in like the charity industry, they were like in the article, they referenced them. It's more that whole thing about like, an influencer will say, "Oh, you know, I'm doing this charity stream, and we're going to donate it to this." Right? Whereas the correct phrasing would be, I am working for, and we are going to raise money for. Because they don't disclose that they're getting a paycheck. And
I don't think they have to.
Okay, and so what I'm seeing here is a new drama. I guess Camel did a video on the article, and now Jacob Wolf is making shit about, like kind of angry about that.
This Camel, this is not Camelot. This is somebody else. This is not this.
It's not?
Nah.
Is it?
No, he did a video.
Yeah. But yeah, I've always heard about shady practices with charities. Like there is a big charity that does with cancer that's been criticized before about not like taking way more money off the top than they should, but it's all illegal. Like it's not illegal.
I don't think any of this stuff's illegal because I was aware, going back to 9/11, that's when I first learned. I was in my 20s. Like these charities take a huge a thing off the top. I think we see that a lot on fucking line is when children find out how the world really works, and then they have
it's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, this is a point where like the autistic people find out how charity works.
They're like, oh my god, they take a piece. Yeah, they do. That's called
I will say, right, I if I ever get into the charity business, I'm totally doing what Softgiving did. So what Softgiving did is, right, so a charity is graded based on the amount it receives versus the amount that it spends, right? Ideally everything what goes to the charity, or I think the industry standard that you're supposed to look for, they said in the article, was like 10% goes to your expenses.
And you see, so anything more than that's a big fucking. Yeah, but the bigger the charity, the fucking more money they probably take. I mean, like, do you ever wonder how these heads of charities like retire millionaires and shit? Like, well, now you know.
Well, what Softgiving did, which was so fucking smart, right, is they use a third-party payment processor that splits. When you donate, it goes to that payment processor.
Yeah.
That then splits the commission fee already. Right.
Yeah.
So
they did Saul Goodman.
Is it ends up looking like all the money that goes to the charity is getting given to charitable organizations.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a way to game that whole 10%. Thingy. So you always look great. It's a loophole. Way to do
it. It's a business loophole, basically.
They literally did a Saul Goodman, like when they're donating to Walt through the website. That's what it sounds like.
That's a nothing, but I think he's just trying to get I don't think he can prove that OTK knew any of this prior, and even if they did, it's not illegal.
Yeah, no.
It's like it's just scummy and
I expect this. I mean, this is just the same thing I was saying before. Like, oh, you mean you really didn't get a piece of land of Scotland when you bought that stupid thing? Like, yeah, I knew that. Like, it's technically a scam, but I mean, it's a gag gift. I mean, like, I've seen shit like this. I've seen scams like that before. You know, it's just funny. I have my Scottish land thing, still, you know, for trees and all that other shit.
Yeah,
I have it prominently in my house. I think it's fucking funny.
I think that lady from the what was it called? Established Titles.
Established Titles, yeah. It was a big scam.
She apparently the other scam that she was running was she was selling Japanese cutting
knives. Yeah,
knives
or whatever.
Yeah, but that's another scam that's as old as time too. Like the really good knives, you know.
Yeah. It's literally like the infomercials from television.
Yeah, that's what it was. So it's not a scam. Like, you're getting knives. It's just, you know, like what did she say? Like, the Asian sharpening techniques make these knives sharp. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
a knife's a knife, bitch.
I remember the infomercial days. You wake up early in the morning and there's still like a Girls Gone Wild infomercial being played.
I think this might be a generational thing too, because I grew up with these scams. They're on regular TV all the time, and it's like, well, that's how.
Just don't buy it.
Just don't buy it. And well, it's another way I looked at this. Is how TV shows get fucking made.
Well, see, it's different now, right? With nowadays, all you got to do is go on the website, put in your card, boom, you got it. Those days, you had to fucking call, fucking give them your fucking number, and all this.
Bigger pain.
It's a pain in the ass. Like, so if you really wanted something, that's how you got it.
Yeah,
you had to work for it.
Yeah,
you had to really. I got that Girls Gone Wild video and bum fights, but that was a pain in the ass, man. I was on the phone for 30 minutes.
I guarantee you those guys 5 years later, they're like, God damn it, everything's free on the internet.
I got my copy of bum fights.
I remember late at night watching Howard Stern on the E! channel. Every other commercial was Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild, yeah. I took that money too.
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild and bum fights.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, bum fights. For the first time I saw bum fights, it's like, that one's not gonna end well. That's gonna end.
None of it did.
It didn't. No.
None of it ended well.
Yeah, I wonder how much
get a bunch of
rape
drunk women
came
to
from,
show them.
Yeah, I wonder how much rape came from fucking Girls Gone
That's what
Wild.
I'm. Yeah.
rape videos. It was like the preambles for rape.
Yeah. Well, it got really bad in the early 2010s because there was like this website that was just like, hey, you had a girlfriend that you broke up with. She cheated on you. No, put her nudes on the internet.
So that would have been when I was dating too, like in my 20s. Like, yeah, you could just like. I remember I met a guy and I didn't know how to take it. I forget how I met him. He had and this is when I think the saying was new, and I didn't pick up on it right now. I know it was something Stern said, but I never grasped. It was like a cameltoe.com. And yeah, exactly. Like that, everybody knows what that is now. But he went like to the Menlo Park Mall, like in the Woodbridge Mall where I lived, and he would find girls that had like tight skirts that, you know, wrapped around their pussy, and they were all turned on by the, like, not the actual camel, but the way the cloth hugged their lower bodies, and and they would find the best ones and they'd pass it. It was really weird, but I didn't think anything of it at the time because it was like new. I didn't think like, wow, that guy's a creep, stay away from him. I was like, and he's like, yeah, this is what I'm into. I'm like, but you know, the internet was kind of new back then. This is like in '99 or '98 or something. Yeah. But he went around the wall taking pictures of girls' pussies. Now they put him in prison. You know. I was like,
nowadays.
I remember I just looked at it. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then I just moved on with my life. And like nowadays, they'd done videos on him. He'd been on Now Recording.
Well, you guys remember?
Do
you remember Rob Black? Do you remember that name?
Rob Black, yeah. Why do I know that name?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Because he owned a porn company, but he also made XPW Wrestling.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He had the porn company and that, and then the federal government came after him for these like 5 tapes that were like rape tapes and like all this stuff, and like it was this big crazy thing. That's what the guy
went to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, he gonna go to prison?
Yeah.
What a bastard.
Yeah, him and his
yeah, I was gonna say, because using the porn to push the wrestling, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean,
no, it's just some of the tapes are a bit risque, you know.
Yeah.
Why risque?
He now runs a burger joint.
Sounds like your snuff films. You know,
it was about as close. It was as close as you could get, and like it was a time like 2005 where people were not like
extreme dating.
Yeah. I mean, New Jack would go to the warehouse and just get bins of porn.
I watched an interview with New Jack from beginning, the Vlad TV one.
I love New Jack.
The new, like, he's really a fucking horrible psychopath, but you can't help but love him. No, have you ever watched the DJ Vlad? New Jack? I almost sent it to you today, Matt.
I think I have.
You really should. It's a little slow at first because Vlad don't know what to do with him. Vlad's like the biggest, whitest motherfucker on the planet. I mean, you don't have to talk to him.
Yeah.
But he eventually gets going. When it gets going, it doesn't stop. And like this one part, the thing is like he's telling about this time where some wrestling stunt went wrong and he ended up going blind in one eye, and then he talks about the next time he wrestled the guy and how he he threw him off like a balcony or something.
Vic Grimes. They talk about that in Dark
Side
of the Ring.
Vlad asked him, he goes, were you trying to kill him? He's like, yeah.
I just didn't throw him.
I don't give a fuck where he landed. Fuck him. I'm blind in one eye because of this guy. He died like 2 or 3 weeks after that interview.
Yeah, that was actually
the last one,
the Dark Side of the Ring episode about XPW, because they did season 2 with him and then season 3 with him with XPW, and it was just a funny shit. He's like, I was trying to kill him. I just
he's like, I was trying to kill him. Yeah, sure. I don't give a fuck after what he did to me.
Yeah, that happened in XPW where he threw the thing off of that the porn company with the wrestling. That happened in that company.
Yeah,
oh, really? It's so funny. Why do I know this Jacob Wolf guy? I've seen him around.
It sounds familiar. It's not Jacob R. I know that.
Apparently, when I was reading the article, apparently Hassan did like a charity stream, and Aisha Speed called him a scammer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know him from that, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get back into that.
I want us the Jake. Are we talking about Jacob Wolf or?
Yeah, Jacob Wolf.
I feel like it had something to do with Death Noodles, and maybe I'm remembering something wrong.
I feel like I got into it with him too. But maybe Ian did. Maybe can that be checked? Did I get into it with this guy?
I think so. Well, I think he blocked anyone commentary related, if I remember.
Yeah, he probably unblocked me because of log comment. Maybe that happens. We reached out for comment last week. Brand influence filed suit against me and he's getting sued. And 4 others. Former Twitch employee. Boy, you better know what you're doing. You know, you said something before, like he doesn't know if he can prove it. Was that Beavers that said that?
Yeah.
After we reached out for comment, Brandon was flying a suit against me and 4. You put out your ducks in a row, motherfucker. It's CEO, former Twitch employee, Ask Hat, I don't know, and software engineer at Santa Dave's is crucially through Hunter and I have never met Santa Dave's. You're going to court now. This would be interesting to follow.
I mean, I think he can prove. I think he can prove most of what he says in his article.
Yeah, but you think that doesn't say that like that's not what I want to hear when I'm a lawyer taking his case. That's not what he's gonna want to hear too. Yeah, I think we got this. We could. You really want to go to court? Yeah, that's how you go to court. You have an ironclad. I don't really know enough, but this guy sounds like he got in over his head.
Sounds like he's an immature kid.
Was he? Oh, hold on a second. We filed a suit against me and 4 others. Yeah.
Yeah, because the people he's filing against is because they. So what happened is because of the scandal that happened.
Yeah.
Twitch will any charity event that involves the soft. What was it called? Soft something company.
Yeah.
Can no longer be on the front page of Twitch. They won't promote it.
Okay.
So he's saying that the Twitch lady badmouthed him. He's saying that one of their competitors, I think it's Tiltify, which is another fundraising platform thing, like charity thing. He's saying that the CEO of that, because apparently they leaked something or something along those lines. Like they've been bad mouthing him, just saying that he's scum of the charity community.
My personal statement on the suit. Let's see. On December 14th, 1 week before the publication of Wolf and Cook's report, Brand Influence filed a lawsuit in Fulton County, Georgia against Wolf and 4 other co-defendants, alleging that Wolf conspired to defame the company. The co-defendants include charity fundraising platform Tiltify CEO Michael Wasserman, and former software engineer of the company, Josh Blinken, as well as Alyssa Sweetman and former global directors Impact at Twitch. On December 13th, a letter to Wolf co-defendants. So they're not allowed, because of Wolf's report, they're not allowed to be on Twitch anymore? Is that what you said?
That came after the Hassan Piker incident, because what happened during the Hassan Piker charity stream is while he was doing his charity stream, I think it's the software engineer that's mentioned there, leaked alleged breakdowns of what goes to who, and apparently Hassan's chat.
I seem to remember this,
and it became a huge drama.
I do remember that, and then that's how we find out how much everybody makes. Right? Yeah, I remember that thing.
Yeah.
Brand Influence Lawyer. As a reporter, my job is to speak to people, but at no point did I ever organize or conspire as a brand. Well, you can find that out in court. I'm telling the public, Brand Influence alleges with co-defendants. Wolf said Wasserman and Sweetman went on the record for Wolf and Cook's story in their roles of charity and industry experts, but neither Wolf nor Cook ever contacted Blinken to meet him. We believe in investigative journalism, and this is why you need to be in a group, and you can't do investigating journalism on yourself, because these companies can bully you if you don't have fucking lawyers. We believe investigators are providing transparency to the donor, especially the undeserved gaming and creator economic industries, Wolf said. We also believe in the First Amendment right to freedom of the press. This doesn't affect you defame them. We stand by and report. Look forward to defeating Brand Influence in a slap suit. Was this filed in California? They have anti-slap in Georgia?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It'd be funny if they didn't.
All I know is you have to have balls to say something like that about this company.
He's already getting sued. You know that much balls.
Millions.
This guy sounds like he's in over his head.
He's fucked.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't look at it. I'm not looking at it who's right and wrong here. I'm looking at it like, can you afford to withstand the lawsuit from a company? We'll find out.
Well,
and then I don't like the fact that he blocked Matt. Makes me mad.
I don't even know why. I think he blocked anything commentary related. Maybe I tried looking on Twitter. Nick doesn't remember him, so
maybe he doesn't like guys with one leg.
Maybe.
Well, after those games last night, Matt, I should block you on Twitter and ignore your ass.
Yeah,
gas all
Nick
the
is blocked as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So he must. This seems like somebody would call us a Nazi or something like that.
Probably.
Let's go back. Let's see if we can get any idea. Well, it looks like he's been working real hard on this.
Apparently 2.5 years.
Jeebus.
Viel Glück, mein Freund. Yeah, because like when you go to court, it doesn't matter if you're right or not. It matters if you can win or not. It looks college football. It sounds like you guys will get along. And the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, get him paired up with Jeff. Football.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know. I want to know why I'm not blocked.
Yeah, I don't remember him at all.
Looks like a douche. To be honest with you. Yeah. Maybe and Nick doesn't remember him either?
Nope.
Probably made fun of a friend of his. No. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, wells. Oh, wells. Good luck with your lawsuit, bucko. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt, though. Maybe he's onto something. It'd be a shame if he does lose everything and he's in the right, but I don't fucking know one way or another.
Yeah.
Who else do we know? Do we know anybody else? Does he block you, Jay Lee?
Who?
Fucking PewDiePie. Who do you think I'm talking about?
How did what's
Jacob Wolf.
Matt? Jacob Wolf. JACOB.
I'll send it to you.
NIGGE. No, I'm kidding. JACOBWOLF.
You are a Nazi.
No, I'm not blocked.
You're not fine. Give me a fan report. Everybody knows if I'm blocked or not. Gamer J cringe. Exactly. All right, let's go. Let's do Pats and get the fuck out of here. I'm going to bed. Going right to bed.
Why does he look like white Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, he does look like white Kim Jong-un. He looks like you put him in the fucking AI thing and he gets games.
Yeah,
King Jong-un if he was white. Yeah, right? It's a good point.
That shirt is not helping him.
Yeah, no. It's white King Jong-un. Like, oh, wow, look at the I love this AI stuff. You know? Oh, that's too fucking funny. Man. Jesus Louises. Oh, man. Abby Blackbird, Cody, Everborn, Latchkey Gothway, Mexon, Next Quick, Opag, Peckapung, Pilkington, Reynolds Hughes, Tommy Sees Cat, Who Are You, Irish, and didn't we have a new guy yet? I think we said them last time. If you want your name read off, what?
Yeah, Tommy, there's a new article that just popped up. Read this headline.
YouTuber who allegedly died during sex. What? What the?
What?
What the fuck? YouTuber allegedly died during sex found buried in couple's backyard. What? A Brazilian YouTuber was found buried in his neighbor's backyard after he allegedly died. Dying during cocaine-fueled sex on Christmas. The body is Carlos Henrique Maduro's 26 is located Saturday, December 30th, after initially being reported missing on Christmas Day. You do a whole bunch of coke for Jesus. Meridos, whose friends left their home at 2 a.m. after attending dinner with him, was located when someone saw a mound of dirt in the house of his couple. He visited for the holidays. His sister, I can't say her name. I went and saw my brother's T-shirt showing in the dirt, she said. They called police.
Oh my God.
Who went there and found a bear. They even did a shitty job. So these cokeheads can't do anything right. You figure they'd do it right. The couple, Renee Jose and Caroline Mello, who was pregnant, claimed that Meros died during doing drugs and having sex with Mello's sister. It's probably true. The couple's version is they buried him.
She could have killed her.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't kill him though. They buried him because they didn't know what to do with the body, and they wanted the cops to find all that coke in their house. Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think
so. He was fucking his pregnant girlfriend's sister on coke and died.
Look, I've talked to hookers before. Like, I think every one of them that's done it over 5 years, one guy dies of a coke overdose. It's like a common.
Yeah, but why bury him in the backyard?
Because they didn't want to. They were hoping nobody'd find him again, and he just go missing. That's why. Because they might have been held accountable if the cops came over here and found all that coke. Maybe somebody sued him, so they try to hide the body.
Or he got caught fucking his the
autopsy's gonna have to find that out. But likely they're telling the truth, that they just like, why would you bury him and leave the shirt hanging up? That's fucking funny. Yeah. You imagine that? Like, no, I don't think this is that big a mystery. So what happened? They either killed him and did a shitty job burying them, or they couldn't believe what happened and they tried to bury him.
Yeah. All I can say is I can't wait to see this on the next Wavy web server.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I knew it was my brother when I saw the Lolcow podcast T-shirt sticking out of the ground. Oh, for fuck's sake. Unbelievable. I'll leave you guys with this. The audio. Lolcow's good. There's lots of fucking fights and shit.
Yay.
I fucked up the audio. It sounds like my... I don't know what the fuck happened. Apparently my webcam picked up everything or something, and the audio's just... It's damn near unlistenable, so that's why I'm miserable.
Yeah.
And you can't redo this thing. So, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
You guys are gonna have to have a producer in there to like check everybody's shit.
It's nothing. I don't know. Here's the best part. It must have been through OBS, because like both Jordy and everybody's saying I sounded like fine. Like I must have been coming through here on Discord, but not in the recording for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, this time you can't make fun. You can't make fun of those two fat fucks. You gotta put it all on me. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me check what the last message was over there.
Just Keen being like, "You fucking piece of shit! I can't fucking stand."
Oh, here we go. Do you want to hear it enhanced?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Who read us about raising money for charity and failed to do it.
Good luck, guys. Enjoy Lolcow this weekend. I am getting the fuck out of here. Good night, everyone. Bye.